Hey everybody, welcome to another Quicksave Review with me, RC. Guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Professor Lupo Ocean. Now, about a year and a half ago, I actually played through the original Professor Lupo game on the channel here. It's got a long name, it's Professor Lupo and His Horrible Pets. And it came out on July 11th of 2019, and I reviewed it around the same time there. What this series is basically like almost, I don't want to say point-and-click adventure, but it's a point-and-click puzzle game that you could play here on the Switch. And a year and a half later now, at the end of 2020, they have come out with an epilogue for the game called Professor Lupo Ocean, where you play as a completely new character. Apparently she's some kind of a clone. And this takes place 5,000 years later, which... yeah, that's a hell of an epilogue if that's the case. It brings 40 new characters, 40 new levels, some new characters, and some other new crazy creatures like they had from the original game. So for those of you who have already played Professor Lupo, the original one, I think you're going to really like this. This one's only $5. The original Professor Lupo is $15. So this is sort of like if you get them together, you pay $20 for like almost 150 levels of puzzles, which is great. I played through, let's see here, how far have we gotten here?
To start. Come on.
First 4 or so levels here. And I'm digging it so far. I like it. You have the clone girl who... she's kind of a sarcastic character with this computer named Plato, who's also from the first game. And the computer comes on, is a little snarky with her, so she is snarky right back with it.
Dear, I think you can skip all that, computer.
Demonstrating politeness and friendliness to expendable personnel increases their performance by 43% during their operational time. And I do insist on this. I am not computer. My name is Plato.
Of course, computer.
Of course.
Very well. Proceed with your tasks, clone. I shall omit my warning about the more than likely transformation of that Orbis.
That's an Orbis up ahead? Come on, there's no need for spite.
Spite is not reflected in my programming, but I shan't say any more. Empirical verification will be the most appropriate course of action on this occasion, I'm afraid.
So spiteful.
Alright, so you can actually control the character in a couple different ways. You could use direct control, where I'm actually using the stick right now. You can actually move the controller around to move the hand that you see on screen around, and you can click on different tiles to move the character. Quite honestly, the first few levels I played already, I kind of turned the cursor off. I kind of like having direct control better. I feel like I'm more inclined to pick the thing I actually want to do and use the other stick to actually move the camera around. The controls for the cursor are a bit strange. They don't tell you right off the bat that you could use the right stick to move the camera around. They want you to use the cursor. You can hit Y to sort of like reset the cursor in the center again if you feel like it's out of whack. And you can hold the top trigger to kind of like move the map around if you want to do that. But this seems, to me, I don't know. I don't know if it's because the game is going to be on Steam or PC, and this game does feel like it would play better with a mouse, personally. It plays just fine with direct control as well, but it seems like it played better with a mouse because you'd have, you know, the direct control of a mouse here. Sort of copy-pasting it onto a controller, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to really click with me. But either way, in this game, you control the clone girl here, and you're moving her around to hit different consoles to open different doors. And the big difference between this game and the previous one is that you have the ocean, you have water. So you can see that with her being here walking, if she walks through this little door here, oh, we're suddenly underwater, and then her little collar sort of puts like a bubble over her head so she can breathe. So at this point here, we can actually hit this button. That little guy is going to roll towards us. and eat us. So we got to be real careful here. What we have here are these little characters that are just introduced in the last level. They're called Orbis, and they already stress me out. The reason being is because they come right at you like that as soon as they see you. There's like hardly any escape. I don't know what this little orange thing is here. But the interesting thing is I'm kind of watching... That thing's gonna roll at us. Can we get away in time from that dude? Okay, we can run that way. Okay, so it actually activates something by being on the orange thing. Now, as soon as we get back in the water, that thing is going to know we're in the water. It's going to come after us like that. So we need to get through quick. Okay, so if it starts on dry land, it'll go into the water, but it won't come out of the water back onto dry land. Interesting. Okay. So at least now we know that. But what does this orange piece do? It's going to open like that door? Okay, so I think that what we got to do is we got to trap... We got to trap that thing in that room to activate the other orange thing, maybe? Oh, I see. Okay, so we got to flood this again. So see, we can actually use the ocean to like reflood the... So we want to leave that thing on the orange part there.
Hey, caller girl. I haven't got much time, but there's something I need to tell you. The ship's sinking, and we're going to need to help each other. I think you'd better stop listening to the computer and try to move forward as quickly as possible. I'll contact you again as soon as I can.
Excuse me? Another life form that calls me computer? And it's encouraging a member of sea personnel to disobey? Never have I suffered so many consecutive humiliations at the hands of some hacker who's broken into my communication system.
Wait a minute, what was that? It came from the caller, not the communication system. There's someone else here. I've got to find them.
Who could it be?
Dear clone, that is not among the 37,581 tasks assigned to you.
Oh, shut up.
The computer keeps going on about how many tasks she has to do, which is pretty funny. Alright, so... we want to do that. Now, I'm assuming that thing will only roll at me if it sees me, maybe? Okay, so it's dizzy now. But the question is, will it see me from... Okay, it will. Alright, so... I get... Man, I don't know how I'm going to be able to outrun that thing. That's... I'm not sure, because I need to get up to that glowing square up there, obviously. Well, let's try it out here. The game is actually pretty forgiving. You know, when it comes to, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop up. It'll roll. We'll pop back up again while it's dizzy. And go up. Okay, that seems to have done it. I don't know how... Can we stand on this? Or does it have to be a creature? It has to be a creature. Alright, so we'll... Oh, have that guy roll up. And we'll do the same here. Roll in. Alright, so now those two are on the switches. And normally, every level has a collectible that you can get. We're going to lock this guy in so he can't mess with us again. But I don't see the collectible anywhere. I thought that them being on the switch would unlock a door, maybe? That would show the collectible? Maybe I'm not seeing it. It's around here? I don't know. I'm not 100% on what that actually did. We trapped them. I heard a sound. Interesting. No, I don't see... I don't see anything. Well, anyway, let's end this level. And move on. But as you can see, the game actually has... Oh, there it is. Complete the level with alien detection. I missed the rest of it, but I guess it was an achievement of some kind, perhaps. But as you can see with this game, it has a pretty good story going into it. The characters' banter back and forth is really good. They're very silly back and forth. I like that. I like that there's a promise for more story, though, too. Obviously, the promise being that...
Ouch. That must have hurt.
Ooh.
It is a proven fact that water conducts electricity, dear clone.
You don't say. By the way, if, as you said, we're in space, how do you explain the station being flooded so frequently?
The plumbing, of course. Repairing it is task 11,223 on your list, dear clone. Stop dawdling and go and complete the 11,222 previous tasks.
So like I said, I really like that he keeps mentioning all the tasks you have to do and keeps getting angry about it as well. But yeah, I mean, that's just further proof, though, that, you know, the story and the banter and everything in this is really well done. The computer is very funny, even though it doesn't mean to be. And like I said, the banter back and forth is really good. So if you're here for characters and story, I think you're going to really enjoy that. And of course, if you're a puzzle fan, you have that going for you as well. So we have these other buttons that we can now control here. See, we can open different things like so. But as of right now, I don't really know what I'm doing to solve this puzzle. So we're going to go back here. Okay, so we let that jellyfish in, which may not be a good thing. Oh boy. I think it short-circuited the the red. Oh my god. Alright, so that jellyfish is going to keep coming for us here. So he'll short that, I'm assuming. Oh no, because it's not covered in water. Nope, we messed this one up. That's why we needed to cover this. Okay, so now he'll fry it. Okay, luckily we made it through. I didn't think I knew what I was doing right there, but we did make it through. Woo! So some of the levels are going to go quick like that, too. The level that we did previously, level 4, I think it was, before level 5, was quick like that, too.
Talk to you.
Who are you? Are you talking to me through the computer?
Computer again. I see you're a slow learner, dear clone. No, this little glitch is coming to you from a frequency I don't recognize. For now.
Listen, I want to help you, and we don't have much time. But if you want to get off this ruined ship alive, start thinking about ignoring the computer. Its cognitive functions are faulty, as you may have noticed.
And why should I trust you?
You shouldn't, but I hope you choose to. I've gotta go. I'll speak
You
to
shouldn't?
later.
I don't know if you shouldn't is a good thing to say to someone you're wanting to trust you. But I think that's a good enough look at this, guys. Like I said, this is only $5 on the Switch. Like, I'm actually pretty surprised that this is just a $5 game because the mark of quality on it is pretty high, considering it has voice acting, it has a good story, you know, a spacecraft that's in the ocean you're trying to escape. Apparently you're a clone, maybe you are, maybe you're not, a computer that could be faulty. You know, good story, good characters, good voiceover work, and seemingly fun puzzle gameplay too. I haven't gotten quite like a good handle on the puzzle stuff immediately. That is to say, like, some levels go quick, like the one we just played, where it's like, oh, you gotta like really adapt to the situation immediately to figure out what you're doing, which we were able to, which was great. Then there's other levels where you really gotta like manage the buttons and everything to, you know, get your way to the end without dying from those little Orbis fish dudes, you know. But so far I really like this. For $5, I mean, I can't not give this a recommendation based on what I played of it so far. One other thing I wanted to check out here is we do have the archive. So the archive is going to show you guys basically all the different enemies that you have encountered in the game so far. So far we've had the Fulgitus, which is that little electro jellyfish we just saw in the last level. And then you have the Orbis, which is the one that's swimming around here that rolls around, eats us, that kind of thing. And you could see that there are a handful more of Lupo's horrible pets that are still involved here, which is pretty fun. I really, really like the, the crazy pets that Lupo had in the original game there. The monsters were definitely like a draw for me. But yeah, you can see here on level 5, there was no collectible on that one. So not every level is going to have a collectible. You can see we got to check because we trapped the monsters. So that was the one objective that we had in that level. So every level is going to have an extra objective, whether that is collecting an extra thing or doing something. You can see level 1 actually has 2 extra objectives. We collected the document because it was like basically a tutorial, like throwaway document collect there. I don't know what the second thing is, but I'll have to go back to that at some point. But yeah, so far so good, guys. I think this is definitely a fun game. Guys, if this helped you out, please feel free to like, subscribe, give me a comment if you checked out the original game or if you're thinking about checking this one out. Tell me what you think of it. And guys, of course, thank you for watching. And of course, I'll see you all next time.